Week 7, session 1. Starting, as always, with the week with your back squats. 10, 8, 6, 6 is your progression. So a couple of extra reps, especially that set of 6 now at the end of that block. Last week you had 4s at that 85%. This week it is programmed to be 6 reps at that 85%. For most of you, that is going to be a near on kind of max set at that weight. So really kind of take a good rest before that previous set of 6. Make sure you're kind of psyched up, get yourself ready for a bit of a grind through, but that should be achievable for most of you at least. If you find yourself, you really struggled last week and you only hit the 4 kind of by like the skin of your teeth, go for an AMRAP. If you get 4, if you get 5, don't worry too much if you don't quite hit that 6. This is going to be kind of the last week with that specific progression. So if you don't quite hit it, don't overly stress on that. So it is a 6 reps finishes at that 85%. Part B, hang squat clean, EMOM, 8 minutes. You're doing 2 reps on the minute for 8 minutes. I would suggest starting at around about 70%, and then you are building to a heavy set of 2 for the day. You might find that you are spending a couple of sets at one weight. Maybe you go to like 70, you do 70% for 2, 80% for 2, and then you kind of take those next 4 to kind of figure out what you're going to get towards. But completing 2 reps on the minute for 8 minutes, finishing with a heavy set of 2 for the day. Part C, some tempo pulled squat snatches. 6 sets of 3 reps. We've done a decent amount of high hang work, practicing getting into the bottom of your squat snatch. So here is your chance to take it from the floor. Make sure you're maintaining good positions. I want the pull from the floor to your hip contact to be about 2 seconds, which is quite a slow pull. With that, you're not going to be loading it too heavy, so just be aware of that. You're doing 6 sets of 3, kind of resting as needed between. If you kind of feel as though as you get through those sets you're building confidence and you want to go up a little bit in weight, then that's fine. Part D, final piece of the day, push press, build to a heavy set of 2. Now I want you to build to about 70% of your max clean and jerk. Heaviest you've ever done, power clean, squat clean, push jerk, whatever you've done for a max clean and jerk, build to 70%, and then set yourself a clock, and you have 8 minutes to then hit that. You can do as many attempts as you want, but 8 minutes to hit that, and I would like you to take that from a rack. There is your session 1 for the week. Session number 2, you are starting, it is the toe to bar retest. So repeating what you did in week 2, session 1, 1 minute max toes to bar in sets of 3 or more. Hit that, warm up well, really kind of get yourself psyched up, ready for that. Try and cling onto the bar. Hopefully you've got a number in mind. Hopefully you know what you did those weeks ago, and you can hopefully build on that. Part B is also a repeat from that test week, accumulating in as few sets as possible, 100% of your 1 minute test. Now this is not from that 1 minute test you hit today. This is from your 1 minute test from 5 weeks ago that you hit that original number. Still a 2 minute cap, but I want you guys to see if you can get a little bit quicker through that number. Part C, strict handstand push-ups, 6 sets of the same number you used last week, session 1, part D. We had 4 sets last week. This week it is 6 sets, rest as needed kind of in between, but keep the reps the same. D series is a combination of some isometric ring work. We're going for 3 alternating sets. D1 is a false grip passive hang with turnout for a max duration. So you get yourself into your false grip on your rings, you are locking out your elbows and turning your palm outwards. So you're not here, turn your palm out and lock out your elbow. Watch the video on that. 30-second cap. So if you get more than 30 seconds, then come down. Obviously, if you need to chalk up your wrists, then go for it. We're just getting some accumulation of, it's called a positional strength. I've noticed people are quite weak in that area. D2, bottom of the ring hold. So start at the top of the ring, lower yourself down. It is programmed to be 15 seconds. Ideally, that is as unbroken as you can keep that. If you end up having to accumulate that, you do 5, 5, 5, or 10 and a 5, whatever, that's fine. Just get those 15 seconds done. Chin over ring isometric hold. Again, false grip. You're now doing a pull-up, holding those rings up at the top, getting 15 seconds, and again, accumulating that if you need to. D4, top of the ring support hold, so you're at the top of a ring dip, 15 seconds, again, accumulate if needed. Resting 45 seconds between each movement. At the end of D4, if you need a little bit of an extra rest, then that's fine, go for that. I would suggest just making sure you watch the video on there, watching me kind of go through those different movements. Final session of the week then, session 3, kip in, pull up, retest. Start 3 sets, slowly adding reps kind of up to where you think you are going to hit. Maybe do like if you're someone that's going to hit maybe 12 reps, do like a set of 6, a set of 8, maybe another set of 8 or 10, and then go for it. Go for that max set. Again, get yourself psyched up, full max set, go to complete failure. Don't worry if you fail the last rep, like that's a good thing. If you get to complete failure, that is a good thing, so really try and push to that. Part B is a strict chest to bar. 4 sets of 4 to 6 reps with a 90-second rest in between. Now, people kind of struggle with that end range of motion. Getting a pull-up is fine, but that end range, that extra kind of couple of inches, people kind of struggle with. You want to try and be really aggressive in that initial pull from a locked elbow, kind of arching your back a little bit, sticking your chest out and pulling that bar straight up to your chest. Like I said, it is programmed to be 4 sets of 4 to 6 reps. And a couple of variations. I would really like you guys to be trying to do the strict chest bar. I would like you to go to a banded chest bar if you need to. The emphasis is working on that end range muscle contraction at the really end point of its limit. So try and hit that. If you are really struggling, even with a band, you can go to a horizontal bar row, and there'll be a couple of variations, so just kind of click the video on there and you can see that. Part C, overhead squat, build to a heavy set of 3. Essentially, kind of like a 3 rep max, depending on your kind of confidence and ability, you might not go to your very, very end limit, but a heavy set of 3 for the day should be taking at least 3 to 5 sets to warm up, and then maybe a couple of sets just building in weight up to that heavy 3 rep. Part D, power cleans, 3 sets of 5, but they are performed as singles with a 10-second rest in between each single and then a 2-minute rest at the end of the 5th rep. So it's programmed to be 70 to 80%. Do my clean, drop the bar, rest 10 seconds, do my clean for 5 reps back to back, and then 2 minutes rest, 3 total sets. That closes out your week. Been a fair amount of testing this week, so next week we will get after it and kind of try and progress on some of those numbers. Good luck.